What if the figure born to save the world is also the one destined to shatter it?
It's a heavy question.
The prophecy from the book lays it out so starkly. He will break what men made, bring wailing and gnashing of teeth, tear apart all ties, yet his blood gives us the light.
It really forces you to think, doesn't it? Can destruction actually be, a path to salvation?
A profound and unsettling paradox.
Yeah. And this section of the book, it really dives deep into that complexity, showing us the immense weight of that kind of fate unfolding right now around the characters.
Exactly. And that's what we want to explore here, navigating this intricate unfolding destiny through the lens of this book.
We'll pull out the key insights, the surprising details.
It'll help you understand this intense web of events, the impossible choices these characters are facing. Think of it as your way to get up to speed on this critical turning point.
And speaking of diving into stories and gaining understanding, remember you can always explore Mindful Moments. That's our YouTube channel. It offers AI book analysis designed to inspire your own reflection, your own critical thinking. A bit like what we aim to do here, looking closely at the book.
Okay, so let's jump in. The immediate aftermath for our protagonist, he's just revealed something massive, faced something terrible, and now he just wants out.
He wants to disappear. Be anonymous.
Yeah, he tries to act casual, asks Tima the groom to saddle his horse like he can just ride away from it all.
But the world just won't let him. Tima's reaction is instant and very telling.
She almost doubles over, whispering, "Forgive, my lord."
My lord. And she tells him she can't obey that simple request. His status is just fundamentally shifted.
And he hates it. He's flushing, embarrassed, glancing around, hoping nobody else saw the "my lord" thing.
He tries to keep calm, walks slowly towards the gate, but inside he's reeling.
Then Tima tells him the Emerald seat herself will be sending for him and his friends right now.
And boom, the casual act just shatters.
He breaks into a run. Doesn't care what anyone thinks. That high-stakes world he tried to ignore, it's closing in, ready or not.
It perfectly shows how individual desires are just getting steamrolled by these larger forces.
And those forces are definitely converging. We see the Aes Sedai, a huge power structure in this world.
Their authority is immense. You see Lady Emelisa, a noblewoman, give this deep curtsy.
Honor to Tar-Valon. Honor to Aes Sedai. It's more than respect, it's ingrained reverence.
And it's earned, partly through their history, their purpose. Moiraine thinks about how, through hard choices after past wars, the White Tower still stands.
And we can still do what we can against the Shadow. They are the main organized resistance to the Dark One. A beacon, really.
But the book quickly shows us that power has limits and real dangers.
We learn foretelling is incredibly rare now, almost a lost talent.
And the Terangri, those mysterious power artifacts from the Age of Legends, using them is incredibly risky.
Many Aes Sedai have died or been burned out just trying to understand or use them.
And then there's the horror of stilling or gentling for men.
It's not just removing the ability to channel. It's described as a wound causing this kind of mental, spiritual death, a constant agony of remembering what's lost.
Yeah, the word itself. Women bear it no better than men do being gentled. It's so awful that every novice learns the names of those stilled. A chilling consequence. A tool of control.
Speaking of chilling, the White Cloaks are active here too. Bornhald, a Lord Captain, runs into a questioner.
Ah, the questioners. The White Cloaks' brutal interrogators.
And the questioner reports a village has been pacified.
Pacified.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book is chillingly clear what that means. Bornhald himself wonders if they just piled up the bodies or threw them in the river.
He sees it as cold and stupid cruelty. Deliberate terror advertised downriver.
And the questioners have sealed orders. This brutality is sanctioned right from the top of their organization. They're a force defined by this terrifying, rigid ideology. Efficient cruelty. Very different from the Aes Sedai.
And the Shadow isn't just lurking anymore, is it? It's acting overtly.
Baalzamon's talking about the day of return drawing closer.
We get that really disturbing image of the country lad figure he conjures.
Right. Boars can't tell if it's alive.
Yeah.
Looks warm, doesn't breathe or blink. It's just wrong, unnatural.
And the physical actions are undeniable. The strong room in the keep is looted.
The Horn of Valere, Matt's cursed dagger, gone.
Ingtar, the commander, is genuinely shocked that Trollocs, the Shadow's foot soldiers, were actually inside the keep.
That wasn't supposed to be possible.
Yeah.
And there are rumors of Myrddraal, the eyeless, too. The Shadow is definitely escalating things.
Which brings the pressure right back onto our group from Emmonsfield. Rand is trying to hide, trying to downplay it all.
But Nynaeve sees right through him. She knows him too well. Her wisdom authority still carries weight, even here.
She immediately offers to hide him. From the Amerlin, from anyone, if that's what he wants.
It shows that fierce protectiveness and her willingness to defy authority for her friends.
She even teases him a bit, says he's becoming more Shin'urin every day, with his talk of honor and swords. Makes him blush.
A little reminder of his simple origins clashing with this epic path he's suddenly on.
There's also that poignant moment between Egwene and Nynaeve.
Right, Nynaeve tells Egwene she doesn't need to call her wisdom anymore, because Egwene is a woman now.
She says they are two women a long way from Emond's Field, and the journey home will be even longer.
It's a recognition of their shared trauma, their growth. They've been changed by this journey together.
But the big test, the reveal that Rand can channel, that he can touch Seddon, the tainted male half of the power, that really strains the friendships.
Oh, absolutely. Matt's reaction is pure shock. He calls it crazy.
Yeah.
Asks if Rand is a false dragon.
And later asks him, terrified, "Are you going mad already?"
Such a contrast to Perrin's reaction.
Perrin takes a moment, thinks calmly, and just asks quietly, "Rand, can you channel?"
Rand's weariness is just palpable. He admits he didn't ask for it, doesn't want it, doesn't know how to stop it.
Their different reactions really showed the different ways people cope with something that terrifying and unknown. Fear and suspicion from Matt.
Quiet acceptance and concern from Perrin.
And Egwene's response is maybe the most hopeful, driven by her own connection to the power.
She tells Rand she will become a Aes Sedai. She'll find a way to help him, protect him.
But that clashes directly with Rand's deepest fear that she'll want to gentle him, sever him from the power, which he sees as worse than death.
His plea for her to avoid the Red Aja, the ones who hunt men who channel, just underscores how terrifying this new reality is for his closest relationships.
And all these personal struggles are happening while Rand is dealing with this overwhelming weight of destiny. That meeting with the Amerlin seat, Siuan Sanche, is huge.
His first thought is just panic.
Yeah,
She knows. Light help me. She knows. He feels totally exposed.
And guilty when he finds Matt and Egrene unconscious after Fane's attack.
He thinks he's the reason. It was supposed to hurt me. I named the Dark One. Me. He believes he drew the shadow onto his friends.
But the Amerlin confirms his fate is much bigger, much more terrible. She tells him straight out, "You will face the Dark One. It is your destiny."
Connect that right back to the opening prophecy. He is the one, born for the last battle. It's not abstract anymore. It's his life.
And he's already feeling the pull of Seddon, fighting the voices in his head, the void shattering.
He feels physical pain, shaking, trying to resist the power. But the scariest part is the temptation, that forbidden eagerness he feels for Seddon.
He calls it like drinking life itself.
But he forces himself to stand before them, stubbornly clinging to his pride, even as the power tries to consume him. That internal fight is critical.
And just to make things even more complicated, Moiraine brings up Lanfear.
One of the Forsaken, legendary servants of the Dark One.
And she was Luz Therin Telemon's former lover back in the Age of Legends. Moiraine calls it a complication we do not need.
Hinting at very personal stakes, ancient connections reaching into the present, into Rand's past life.
So the horn and dagger are stolen. This triggers an immediate chase led by Ingtar,
The Shin'urin commander. He's grief-stricken by the loss, determined to hunt the Dark Friends.
And they have a unique tool here in the sniffer.
A man with that extraordinary ability to smell the lingering scent of evil, of violence, of the shadow's touch. Invaluable for tracking.
It's a grim trail they follow. They find this chilling scene at a river crossing. Graves. Bodies.
Uno, one of the Shin'urins, explains it's not random. Trollocs do this sometimes.
When they want to shake your bloody nerve or flaming warn you not to follow. Psychological warfare. Signature shadow cruelty.
Ingtar's quiet blessing over the graves just shows his resolve hardening.
This urgent chase leads them to talk about other ways to travel. Faster ways, which gives us more insight into lost knowledge.
The ways get brought up. Ancient travel networks, made with the power, but now dangerous. Tainted by Seddon.
You risk madness or the black wind. The waygates themselves sound beautiful, but unsettling.
And then there are portal stones. Even older. Almost unused since the Age of Legends.
They allow travel not just over distance, but maybe through other worlds. Potentially incredibly fast.
Hurin mentions Lady Selene, who we know as Lanfear, suggesting they use one.
Using a portal stone probably needs channeling, which Rand is terrified of.
But also feels that forbidden eagerness for. It's a constant struggle.
Loyal the Ogier's there too, worried about Rand.
Right, loyal. Part of that ancient, wise, tree-like race. He mentions Trail, an Ogier in the steadying those places, safe from the power's touch.
Trail is this tragic example of what happens when the mind or soul is lost. Damaged by power, maybe? Or just the world's harshness. A stark reminder of the stakes for Rand.
And the eldest Ogier's complex feelings about the horn even being found adds another layer of ancient perspective. It's not a simple good thing.
Let's shift perspective now. We meet Doman, the merchant captain.
Sailing around, collecting artifacts, wonders scattered around the world, he calls them, a different kind of explorer.
He starts to realize he's being hunted after a recent collecting trip. Hears rumors, dark friends, Trollocs, Murderall, looking for certain items.
And this pursuit leads him right into an encounter with the Seanchan.
This conquering force from across the ocean, totally unlike anything people have seen before.
Doman describes their armor like insects, monstrous. But what really horrifies him is their control, especially over the domain.
The domain. Women who can channel, enslaved with these terrible devices. Doman thinks of them as monsters, completely controlled.
He sees High Lord Turak, the Honor Guard, the Banner, immense power, wealth. And Doman feels this deep unease. He wants nothing to do with them in the future.
It introduces this major new player, another terrifying force converging on the world.
Meanwhile, Nynaeve, Egwene, and Min, they have been taken to Falma, the Seanchan-occupied city, by Liandrin, an Aes Sedai they thought they could trust.
Min visits them, tries to be cheerful, but it's forced. She's wearing a Seanchan dress but keeps her knife hidden. Danger is everywhere. Demain patrol the streets.
And this leads to this incredible moment for Nynaeve. Courage, pragmatism, and dawning horror.
She finds an Adam bracelet, left behind by a Soldam.
The Soldam are the women who control the domain using the Adam that collar and bracelet link.
Nynaeve, desperate, uses the bracelet on the Soldam, makes her feel emotions, makes her hand twitch.
She remembers Shiriam punishing Elaine, making her hand knot painfully, and the awful realization hits her.
If the Soldam reacts like this, believes Nynaeve can inflict pain, it's because she knows how it feels. Because that's what the leashes are for.
Nynaeve's stomach just turns. The true cruelty of the Adam system, the torture, the dehumanization, it's laid bare right there. It's brutal, but maybe necessary. It shows Nynaeve's fierce, sometimes morally gray, practicality against evil.
Egwene also escapes, and she starts to understand the Adam firsthand.
Right. She feels sick trying to channel unless a Soldam has the bracelet. Trying to open the collar makes her hand knot up. It shows the deep control, physical and psychological.
So all these threads are finally coming together, dramatically, in Falme.
Bornhold's White Cloaks are advancing on the city, for their own kind of justice.
Rand is in the city, wounded from fighting Turak, which shows his growing skill, relying on instinct, not the void or the power.
And he sees the Seanchan arrive in force. Strange lightning and thunder start crashing, clear signs of channeling, massive conflict brewing.
And then, as everything builds, something legendary happens. Shapes on horses appear out of the mist from the sea.
The heroes of the Horn of Valere.
Rand recognizes them. Figures from myth. Rogosh Eagle-Eye, Gadol Kane, Brigitte Silverbow. Names from across the ages. Sworn to the horn, called back.
And here in the sniffer, just a simple man caught in all this, makes his own choice.
A courageous one. He decides to stay and fight alongside them. Says, I've come this far, and I think I'll go the rest of the way.
Just quiet loyalty, profound bravery.
And Arthur Hawkwing himself, the greatest king in history, he addresses Huron, acknowledges his choice, links him right to the wheel turning.
Then Hawkwing turns to Rand, addresses him formally, Lord Rand, and asks him to sound the horn for the charge, into the last battle.
Wow. Meanwhile, Min finds Rand, recovering in the city.
Her report just confirms his isolation at this absolute critical moment. Everyone else, gone.
Heading for Tarvalon, she says. Taking the horn. Egwene, Nynaeve, Mat, Huron, Varen. Swept up in the Ice's Eyes plans.
Leaving Rand alone. In Falma. Right where all these powerful, clashing forces are about to collide, setting the stage for something huge.
It really hammers home that idea we started with, doesn't it?
Yeah, that even when destiny feels overwhelming, even facing forces you can barely grasp, individual choices still count.
Huron choosing to stand and fight. Nynaeve's fierce, maybe brutal move with the Atom. Rand's desperate internal fight against Seddon.
Those moments of courage, loyalty, sheer determination, they shine through even as the world feels like it's breaking apart.
Absolutely. And seeing the world through so many different eyes, the Amon's Fielders, the Aes Sedai, the White Cloaks, Doman the Merchant, the Ogier, the Seanchan, the Dark Friends.
It really highlights how crucial it is to try and understand those different viewpoints, even the uncomfortable ones.
It's a skill that's valuable, isn't it? Not just for understanding complex fictional worlds, but for navigating the complex information in our own lives, too.
The book doesn't offer easy answers, but showing us these perspectives, the hard choices made within them, it gives a richer understanding of the forces at play, the nuances of conflict inside and out.
So, what have we really seen here? A powerful convergence of forces, yeah.
Definitely. And the deeply personal struggles of characters grappling with these terrifying new identities, their places in these epic events.
And the dire consequences of the Shadow's actions, plus the varied, often clashing responses from the world's powers.
Exploring intricate narratives like this one, it really can sharpen our own ability to process complex information, see connections, understand motivations, appreciate the ripples from small actions.
And for more AI-assisted book analysis to maybe spark your own reflection, your own critical thinking, definitely check out Mindful Moments on our YouTube channel. We get into the layers of meaning in all sorts of books over there.
Yeah, and if you found this exploration valuable, please subscribe to our podcasts. Share this with someone you know who loves detailed analysis or just epic stories.
You can find a link to purchase the book in the show notes if you want to read along and experience the full story yourself.
And as always, keep thinking critically about the stories you encounter, fictional and real.
For your final thought, given that prophecy, the hero destined not just to save, but also to break the world and cause suffering, how does this book challenge our basic assumptions about what a hero even is, or what salvation might really look like?